If you call me out, you'll stand up. I'll knock please. Nigga, I'm real about mine. Hey, look. I'm real about mine. Man.
Sedate that motherfucker right there. Sedate his ass. I got everything on tape. Sedate him. Sedate him.
Okay, ma'am, we get it. Sedate him, okay? Sedate him. We get it. But did you see what just happened? Now, here's the thing. I don't know if those two guys were together, right? But for whatever reason, you had the black guy, he got up and he slapped the other guy. That was crazy and totally unexpected. I mean, you guys are in an emergency room. Are you not sick? Sick enough to sit your butt down in the chair until your name is called? Whether that be 6 to 10 hours later. You know what I mean? But for real. Like the audacity for somebody to get up out of their seat and literally put their hands on somebody else. The cop, he was a little rough around the edges, but luckily the male nurse, I'm assuming that's his title, luckily he was able to step in and subdue the idiot who was causing the trouble in the ER. Just in case you don't know what's going on, this clip is a nasty clip, if you will. You have a mom sticking up for her son because a bunch of dummies, they want to jump her son, basically. So she's like, you guys are not going to jump my son on my accord. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stand up, and if I got to fight and throw blows, that's just what I'm going to do. So she's literally out there risking her life, trying to save her sons. These are the kids that are dumb as a brick, okay? IQ score, a 0. What do they score on a test? A 0. What do they end up becoming in life? A big fat 0. Nothing. These are the idiots that keep inciting problematic situations throughout the neighborhood, right? Because they grew up not having much. They grew up not being chastised when they were supposed to. They grew up with parents who didn't give a shit about them. So they go around creating more and more havoc and more problems. Now, here's the thing. I always say this, right? When it comes to living in certain neighborhoods, before you start to procreate, if you know your situation is a messy situation, try not to have any kids while you are in this messy situation. The best thing to do before you decide to have kids and bring them into this stuff, if you will, get out of that neighborhood. Do what you have to do in order to get out of that neighborhood. It's nothing better than being able to have your kids in a nice neighborhood where your kids are safe, right? Because they get to go to better schools and they get to grow up in a much more nicer environment. No kid should have to go through this nonsense. No parent should have to witness their kids going through this nonsense either. So we as parents, we got to protect our children. We have to do better. I'm going to say to mom, I don't know whether or not if she's married, single, whatever have you, but you're going to have to try to figure a way out of this because it seems like the neighborhood is just no good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't have to say nothing. Where to go?
You see this out? You see his stupid ass spitting all over his friend is trying to tell him as well. So I'm spitting out.
But still, bro,
right.
Like let his friend tell him that.
Shut the fuck up.
Word.
Bro,
Or do something about it.
I'm not doing anything about it.
No, you're not gonna do that. I know that already.
Yo, listen to your friend. He's a good friend. Keep him around.
He's about to beat me.
You know what I get from this? You see how cool and calm and collective this guy is sitting, right? And he said, the other guy said what he said. And what did the big guy say? You know, he's a good friend. Keep him around. That's indirectly saying, you know what? You better take heed to what your friend is saying. Because in a matter of seconds, your ass is about to find out.
Cheers, nigga.
Right now. That look good. You think I'm fucking pussy? You gonna snitch on you guys. You think I'm pussy?
Don't do it, bro. It's alright, bro, chill, bro. Yo,
No, you fucking chill. Next time you mind your fucking business. Who the fuck are you? Who are you?
I'm minding my own business, bro.
So mind your fucking business, okay? I can break your fucking mouth. I don't give a fuck if you 7 feet tall, nigga. I will drop you by your fucking ankles.
It's the Timbs, okay? As you can see, it's the Timbs. The Timbs is making him feel really, really tough. If you're from New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He wants to wear out the bottom of those Timbs, right? He has the intent that he's going to step on somebody, stomp them out, as he said, and he's going to wear the bottom down on his Timbs. All right, whatever.
Give me your fucking face, nigga. I'm mad right now. Victor, get off of me.
Get your ass down, bro.
Okay.
Stay your ass down.
I'll break your ass up, nigga.
Bro's wilding, bro. Bro, I dropped the bags and...
This how I leave.
Oh, damn.
Hey, fuck up the train, bro. Stupid ass. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Oh, what? No.
Keep walking.
You're pussy.
Yeah, keep
You're
walking.
mad
Get off the
pussy.
train.
I'm not even gonna do that because you're mad pussy.
Get off the train, bro. Get your drunk ass home. Yeah. Stupid. Oh, shit.
One straight kick to the chest and he goes down like a ton of bricks. Check out Spider-Man, guys. Check out Spider-Man in action. He jumps onto the train.
Nah, bro. Once he kicked you like that to the ground for the second time, it was clipped, bro. Why you fucking with Bruce Lee, bro? There was no need for that. Yeah, Nixon 5, but there was there was no chance, bro.
Well, it seems like somebody found out the hard way. 2 kicks to the chest, and that's all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to choose your battles wisely. You got to take heed to what people are telling you. You were warned. You can't say that you weren't warned, but I guess his liquor was to the top. It seemed like maybe he might have went to the Knicks game, and we all know how that goes from time to time. But I hope this is a learning lesson to Mr. Mian.
Give it up for the kids that was back there doing the Thriller dance, because you know how listen, when the fight break out, the fight gets all the attention.
As you just saw for yourself, Bukisha in full action. What can I tell you? Anytime, any place, anywhere, as they like to say, you could get it. You could get it anytime, any place, anywhere. I don't know why this jackass would show up to a school play. Okay, the kids are in the auditorium performing, having the time of their lives. I mean, they probably practiced for months months at a time in order to finally shine on stage. And here she goes to disrupt the total situation. But like the guy said, shout out to the kids. They didn't miss a beat. They kept dancing. But I hope that fool ends up in handcuffs, because who does that? That was ridiculous. Now, the other question that I have is for security, the security guards at the school. I'm hoping that, if a ghetto mom shows up like this at a school, I don't think the school is that damn good. Where was security? Why did security not escort this lady in? Did they think that she was just coming to see her kid on stage? I don't know what the hell they thought. I don't even know if security was on the premises or they were in the background eating, as they always are. But this right here should have never happened, because it could have ended up more tragically than it did. It should have never happened.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got...
Here we have Bigums throwing the sodas all over the place. She has nothing better to do. If I was in her predicament, I would join a gym. I would try to use my time wisely as possible. What the hell? You're a big grown woman. What are you guys doing? Standing up there, just literally tossing soda cans back and forth. I'm assuming to see who could hurt who. This is dumb. Where's the common sense here?
I don't give a fuck what you think.
Cruise ship Ghetto Fatigue at its finest. As you saw, the ship is moving because there was some vibration going on, and they're fighting. I guess this is a segment on the ship that you didn't know that you paid for. You know, the tickets to the fight. When you have these untrained idiots who want to fight for fun, right? So you might as well just sit back and watch them. This is ridiculous. All grown people. These are not teenagers. These are not children. These are grown adults who should be able to contain and control their emotions. Settle your indifferences through conversation, through dialect. Agree to disagree. It does not always have to end up with you guys fighting. It doesn't look good. It looks ridiculous. Yeah, at the moment, you're probably feeling great. Yeah, I knocked them out. You did this and you did that. But in all retrospect, it makes you look terrible. It's not a good look. People have to understand that when you get to a certain age, it's just things that does not look appealing anymore. Not saying that fighting ever looked appealing, unless you're watching, WWF or the WWE, or maybe some boxing or a sport that requires you to fight. But outside of that, it's not appealing at all. Cut it out. Stop the nonsense, man. You go on a trip, a cruise, or whatever it is, a road trip, it doesn't matter, to have a good time, a wholesome time. Not a time spent on doing bullshit. This is tacky, very tacky. In this clip, you have chimps chimping out. As you can hear, you've now entered the jungle. Everybody's just chimping out like the ultimate chimpanzee that they are. What the hell is all the screaming for? This is Walmart, people. Wally friggin' Mart. Go to Walmart. Take out your list. Shop. Check out at the checkout counter. And take your ass home. What is the big problem here? What's going on?
Exactly. In Clinton, Maryland.
The embarrassment is just too much. Like, a lot of people, unfortunately, they do not have any type of shame, pride, and they don't know how to conduct themselves, or do they even care to know how to garner up some pride, right? If they have pride, God forbid if they have pride, they would feel like it's something wrong. I just don't get it. Everywhere they go, they have to act stupid. Ghetto people need a place by themselves, for themselves, where they can just basically stay contained from everybody else in the world who's civilized. Because this is uncivilized behavior, even if you want to admit it or you don't. For now, my loves, I am going to be signing off. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Tammy Reaction TV will definitely keep these videos coming your way.